Hello and welcome back to Metroid Prime 3, where today we're going to be getting the last few items that remain. We've got 5 to go. And we're also going to be finishing the game unless something goes horribly wrong. So yeah. I'm not where I left off last time. I went to Brio Ice just to make absolutely certain whether or not there was anything here for us, and sure enough there is, so... Hooray, we've got a spider ball track to go along that will get us to an item. Okay, I was kind of worried that we wouldn't stay high enough to grab back onto the spider ball track, but we did. Quite the involved spider ball track. And there's our last energy tank. Hooray. Now make our way back to our ship, from whence we shall go to Norian once more, because there actually is an item that I missed in Norian. I checked all the maps just to see where I missed things. And, yeah, there's this one thing in Brio Ice. And... oops. Ah, right, we're at the bottom. Yeah, there's the one thing in Brio Ice. There's actually one more scan that I need to get in Brio. But we can actually fly straight to it. And then everything else we're missing is on the Space Pirate homeworld or beyond. So I need to get back to my ship, which will be easy peasy. Go straight till we can turn right, and then just go. Right, we gotta like go down through here. Okay. Let us save and enter ship so that I never have to go back to get that energy tank again, no matter what. And now we are going to the Federation Outpost, because there's a door I didn't scan. I have yet to scan a Federation orange door. Which is... yeah, the fact that each flavor of door from each civilization is its own scan in the logbook. It's kind of annoying. Never scanned that. But now I have scanned that, and we can leave Brio forever. It's a shame, because Brio does have some of the best music in the game. Like, just this generic Brio track, I like it. And the Rundus boss fight, I love that music. Yeah. Now we gotta go to Docking Hub Alpha. And we actually don't have to go anywhere from Docking Hub Alpha, because Docking Hub Alpha has got the last item for us on Norian. If you'll take a look here at Norian, there's a reason I didn't notice this item at Docking Hub Alpha when I was looking through to make sure I'd gotten everything. Because I was looking real close. And it's here. It's not in the actual representation of the room on the map. So how does one get there? I would guess a spider ball track or something. Or, I guess, just a grapple point. Okay. And that's the last missile expansion in the game. Excuse me. Which means the other items we have left to get, we've got 2 more ship missiles to find, and then the thing that the Space Pirate Homeworld boss will give us. So, to the Space Pirate Homeworld we go. Going to the research facility first because it's separated away from the part of the Space Pirate Homeworld that we actually need to go to advance the story. And it does in fact have a scan and an item or 2 for us to grab. Okay, so the room I care about for a scan is processing access, which is here, which also has an item. And then the Scrapworks also has an item. So, convenient. The items that we need are right near each other and right near the scan. Through. Okay. So now we need to get the item. Question then is, how do we do that? I mean, it probably involves going through here. I can hear the item. So I suppose the next question is, what would have stopped us from getting it before? And I think the answer is just I didn't. Ah, Spider Ball. We didn't have Spider Ball yet. Slipped off. There we go. Now we gotta go through the orange door straight ahead. Okay, the little nubbin right there that is lit up looked like it was an item dot for a moment there. But it's just a lit up little nubbin of this room. Okay, so there is a lore thingy in this room. And there it is right there. First disciples. Our struggles have ended. She has shown us the error of our ways. The way is now clear. All previous vows of fealty have been forsworn. We now pledge sole allegiance to our liberator, the Great One, Dark Samus. We bear a singular honor. We lucky few, for we are her first disciples. Our burden is a happy one, for we will pave the way to her glorious victory and cosmic rule. Let the light of Phazon lead us. And not having Nova Beam is why we did not get this item sooner. That seemed like an awfully complex way to retract the ceiling. Explosive blast should be sufficient. Okay. Looks like 3 explosive blasts would be sufficient. And now we should be at 99% items. Yes. Okay. That means that every remaining item in the entire game is just the one thing from the upcoming boss. You would think. Oh, I guess the 5 missiles did completely destroy him. And now to say goodbye to this part of the Space Pirate homeworld. Hello. Back to the command center we go. Now, we still have 2 more lore scans, as well as 2 creature scans and the boss here on the Pirate Homeworld. And let's just see here. So Command Courtyard actually has one of the lore scans that we need, so I'm going to have to take another look around there. And we are currently making our way to disable the defense system and then to Transit Station 2A, because that's got to go somewhere, right? Oh, fine. Let's start off by going to the Command Courtyard and getting the lore thingy that I missed there. Because we do want to have it. I don't know whether or not the game will force us to go back through there. Okay, where is our lore thingy? Is it upstairs? Need to stay on the right here. Why is this door locked forever? And there's our lore thingy, and that explains why we didn't get it before. We had to brave the acid rain. Disaster at Elysia. The march of the hunter continues, much to our dismay. She has smashed our line at Elysia, taking down Commander Gore in the process. The accursed Elysian machines were no match for Aaron's guns, and now the Federation has control of their spy station once again. It is only a matter of time before they find the location of the Phazon source and send their fleets to lay siege. Our great leader does not seem to mind these setbacks. If Samus comes to our homeworld, she will find us ready. Alright, so now let's head on back down to floor 2 so that we can actually continue with progression. Imagine that. Defense system generator online. Energy core security shields active. Override located on upper floor. Organic mess appears resistant to normal attacks, but could probably be overloaded with phazon energy. Shame I actually can't do that yet, because I do not have the requisite ability. We're going to get that from the upcoming boss. And now that's open, so we can get that missile expansion that was there without needing to go through the morph ball maze. Bit late, though. Oops. I was more interested in that vehicle. That one. And that one. But I guess only the shield is worth talking about. Energy lock is active, blocking access to control unit, powered by an energy core. This is an X-ray visor thingy. Nova beam through all that phasite. Also, oops. We've triggered an alarm. One down. And apparently these guys are one-shottable. Two down. Three down. X-ray visor is convenient for being able to one-shot those pirates, but in terms of actually finding your way around, it's not the greatest. Stuck a sticky grenade on my face. They really don't want me activating this. Or, I guess, deactivating this. Makes sense, really. Wow, there was like 2 seconds between the shield going down and them actually having ships inside it. They were ready and waiting. Alright, well, now that the Space Pirate Complex is vulnerable to attack. Let's go get it attacked.
Outstanding job, Samus. I knew the Federation could count on you. I've given the order to begin the invasion. I'm headed down there with the troops. Meet me at these coordinates.
What do you want to bet those coordinates are the one place that we couldn't get through? Aw, gee, it's right there. Who would have guessed? You know, other Metroid Prime games, when there's a swarm of tiny enemies, they at least drop things. But here, apparently no dice. How convenient, using the shadow of the ship to block the acid rain.
Outstanding work, Samus. I don't say this often, but I sure am impressed. That said, you've still got work to do. Up ahead is the pirate cargo line that leads to the seed. There is a large security door located at the end. 4 demolition troopers are needed to open the final door, so you need to make sure enough of them make it safely through this area. You are the only one who can destroy the seed. We'll help along the way. Once we get there, it's up to you to finish the job. We're right behind you, Samus. Do some damage.
Okay. So these demolition troopers are the last Galactic Federation creature we need to scan. They don't exist until this segment. Cool, yep. Definitely wanted to scan the gate and not the person standing in front of it. Demolition Trooper. Federation trooper outfitted with explosives-based weaponry. Alright, so we need to make sure at least 4 of our 12 survive. And there's an achievement for making sure all 12 survive. It's difficult to get unless you really abuse hyper mode.
Samus, we are part of the Demolition Reinforcement Squad. Since our armor is weaker than most of the troopers, we need you to watch our backs through this area. Our group color is yellow.
Why are demolition troopers who specialize in explosives outfitted in weaker armor? You would think they would want to have stronger armor. You know, to deal with the explosions.
Most of the demolition team has already started moving towards the seed, so you better get going. Good luck.
Alright, let's see if we can get everyone to survive. So we need to care about Transit Tunnel P70 once we get there. hanging out with my boys. Making sure they stay safe. E68. Oh, 204. Okay, I guess we've got like what? P69, another station, and then P70. Samus, why are you letting them go ahead? We're here to protect them. Why would you let the lesser armored people go in front? Alright, fellas, how we doing? Oh, they blew open the wall. Ah, dang, we lost a dude. No perfect victory this time. Yep, this is in fact P69. And then this is another station. Yep, so through that door ought to be Transit Tunnel P70, which has our final lore scan for the entire game. Apparently, hyper mode beams just go straight through the, Ah, dang, the Berserker got one of them. Before I could one-shot the Berserker. Yeah, I guess hyper mode beams just go straight through shields. And then shoot him in the brain. There we go. So, we had 10 out of the 4 required. But also we only had 10 out of 12.
on ahead. Good luck.
Yes, you with your inferior armor and inherent killability will keep this area clear. Ooh, can I take a phase-on bat? I sure can. Watch that health rise. Okay. And hey, there's the lore thingy. Mistress Gandrada. Mistress Gandrada is the last of our leader's field commanders. We hope that she will succeed where the others have not. We hope that she will slay the wretched hunter. Gandrada tests our mettle often. She moves among us in our form, watching us, looking for signs of weakness. Several unfaithful disciples have been ended violently. Those who survive will be stronger, ready for the hunter that comes for them from the void. Gandrada has vowed to present Aaron's bloody helmet to Dark Samus as tribute. We hope she fulfills that vow. Yeah, got bad news for you. She already failed pretty spectacularly. Okay, so I guess I was mistaken about the other creature scan being in this very tunnel. Oh. Maldium? That takes ship missiles. Oh, and actually this room we are in right now is the room in which we will get our last creature scan that isn't a boss on the Space Pirate homeworld. There he is. He is a very missable scan. Pirate Commander wears red phasite assault armor, resistant to most weaponry. And unfortunately, unlike his blue phasite compatriots, is not one-shottable. Are they just gonna keep on spawning in forever? I think they might. Wow, he sure did warp to exactly where he came from. How much punishment can this guy take? Oh, did I just have to use a hyper missile to break his armor? Is that it? Oh, hey guys. I'm stuck in here now? Oh.
Data received.
All right, let's go to the seed. And once we beat the boss here, we will have 100% of the items and will thus have unlocked the full ending, as well as the Metroid Prime 4 teaser. Actually, it might not be a teaser for Metroid Prime 4 at this point, but it's certainly a teaser that things can still happen in Metroid Prime. So, inside the seed is the same as usual. Now we've got this thing. Just gotta shoot it in the ouchie zone, and apparently doing so cancels our X-ray visor. Like, I didn't press anything to cancel it. And now, it's time for someone we haven't seen for a while. Oh, would you look at that? He's got a weak-looking heart pit. Yes, Omega Ridley. Armored plating protects body, fires plasma attacks from mouth. Also, everything has had a much larger lore entry than we've been reading, because I've only been reading the one sentence that they give us, but I don't know, should I read it all at some point? Maybe. Revived and regenerated through phazon exposure, Omega Ridley has been energized to a new combat threat level. Target retains extremely durable phazon-enhanced armor skin, as well as protective armored plating. Scans indicate that a recent injury has not fully healed. Expose and target wound to inflict damage. Target will act to protect this vulnerability. Seek ways to stun the enemy and leave it open for deadly attacks. Alright, phase 1 down. And now he has suddenly got phasite plating, I believe. Armor is invulnerable, but internal joints seem weak. Say the joints seem weak, but apparently they are not damageable unless he is in mouth open mode, or in stunned mode, rather. He sure does stand up just flailing about for a suspiciously long time. Oh, he didn't break the shoulder in one cycle this time. Go. Oh, cool. He has chosen to waste our time. Oh boy, more time wasting. There we go. Open your mouth, you stupid lizard. Open your mouth in a way that I can actually take advantage of. And down goes Omega Ridley. Hey, Tiago. And there is our 100% items, just floating there. Hooray, 100%. Just gotta overload this thing with hyper energy. I feel like they could have done a better job of making this look like something big is happening. Like, it doesn't feel like a very energetic animation. And here's another dead Leviathan.
Samus, you have successfully destroyed the last remaining seed as detected by our systems. The spread of phazon corruption has been stopped. This is a great day for the Federation. However, there is one more mission to complete. Skytown's Aurora Unit 217 reports that it has discovered the origin of the Leviathan attacks.
Which is weird because they all came through wormholes, so you shouldn't be able to triangulate it like that.
It appears that this is where Dark Samus and her main pirate force are stationed. Destroying them will require a full-scale attack. Unfortunately, this location is so far away it cannot be reached by conventional space travel. We must instead create a wormhole to reach it. The pirates have constructed a Leviathan battleship, which is in orbit around this planet. If we can board this battleship, we may be able to force it to open a wormhole. Large energy surges consistent with a warp device are traveling between the pirates' planet and the Leviathan battleship. It appears the pirates are using this warp device to link to the ship. We will upload the coordinates of this device to you now.
Yep, we gotta take the one path that is now open to us. Who would have guessed we would have had to take the path that didn't exist until recently. Also, I haven't done this corruption scanner, like, ever. Also, for some reason, it's hard to actually keep aligned. Oh, yep, we're corrupted. Phazon level 75%. That's a very high Phazon level. And what's this thing you do? Ah, yes, the ship's shields. What's this? Oh. Stats. And now combat systems are armed, I suppose. Well, let's head on back down to the pirate homeworld. So that we can go finish the game. And we have no scans left to get anywhere other than Phase. So we need to make our way there. Which means go up to floor 2, go into command station, overload the thing, and bingo. Hey, fellas. Let's actually just confirm with our logbook. Lore, all complete. Research, we're missing 2 things, both of which are found on Phase. creatures. We've got all GF, all Brio, all Skytown, all Space Pirate, missing some Phazon and some bosses, all of which are found on Phase. So yeah, we are good to go for endgame here. This will take us where we need to go. Space Pirates. They really need to learn to make sure any and all crawl spaces are incredibly fortified when dealing with Samus. Anyway, here's our transport to the Leviathan. Hey, bud. Sensitive to any type of weapon fire, you say? Yeah, we don't need to shoot this guy. We need him to open a wormhole for us. And this only works because we visited the Valhalla and gained the codes.
We have gained control of the Leviathan. Now we'll be able to open a wormhole and warp to Phase. It's time to end this. Once you rendezvous with the fleet, we'll head straight into the belly of the beast. I look forward to fighting alongside you again, Samus. Godspeed.
Samus, we have received new data from AU-217. A planet was detected at the epicenter from where the Leviathan telemetry originated. We have named this planet Phase.
Yeah, you're not the first one to call it that, so, great job being so creative. Anyway, I need to get back to my ship now, don't I? Shame I couldn't just reroute the teleporter to take me back to my ship instead of needing to take this tram.
Take heed, Samus. Once you join the fleet and the wormhole to phase is opened, there is no turning back.
Good news, I don't have any reason to turn back.
Please be sure to prepare yourself. We wish you the best of luck.
I've already gotten every scan and every item that's available off phase. So we are A-OK good to go. To phase we go. Let's go see this living planet.
Samus' ship has joined the fleet.
Thank you, Ensign. Leviathan Command, you are clear to fire the portal beam. Once the wormhole is open, order all ships to enter.
Affirmative, Admiral. Message to all ships. Prepare for entry. Maintain battle formation tightness.
Heavy resistance. Thankfully, the good guy beams and the bad guy beams are color-coded. Meanwhile, Samus is just leaving the fleet and going straight down to the planet. Now, considering that this is an entire planet, it is very, very convenient how close to where we need to be Samus sets down. So we're now stuck in hyper mode for our entire time here. Our energy tanks are being vented. Due to critical levels of internal phazon corruption, the emergency vent override has been triggered by the PED suit. All acquired energy tanks have been vented to temporarily prevent total corruption. Hypermode weapons no longer require the extinguishing of an energy tank to use. You are now permanently in hypermode. Unfortunately, this vent override can no longer be used. Damage, as well as exposure to Phase's atmosphere, will continue to raise your phazon level. Your phazon level is shown as a yellow bar. If your phazon level fills completely, you will die. Gunship no longer identifies you as Samus due to near total corruption. Access to ship is not permitted. Also, it's tough to see because it's so dark here, but Samus's face is real messed up, and that eye is real glowy. The pulsing spores of this fungus emit the scent of decay. No profile matches in databank. Species identified. Glowstem. Bioluminescent plant life that contains high radiation readings. And we got mini-roids here on Phase. That's weird. Structure appears to be some sort of cocoon. Its outer membrane seems to be quite durable. Massive tentacles grow from deep within the planet's surface. They appear semi-sentient. Crystallized Phazon has hardened over time, but appears vulnerable to explosive blasts. Door has low-level energy shield. Any weapon fire can disrupt the shield and open the door. Yep, we still had one last scannable door to get. Our whole time here on Phase is going to be about managing our phasonometer. Gotta make sure it doesn't get too high. Burrow opening allows creatures to quickly exit their nest and attack. A strong blast could collapse it. So, giving energy lowers our phasometer. Target identified. Metroid egg. Completely saturated with phazon. Faint life signs detected within. Well, that's a problem. Phazon tendrils will tangle around anything that gets too close, but can't grab smooth surfaces. Black phazon crystals have hardened over time, vulnerable to heavy blasts. Okay, so yeah, we could just yank those guys to death, but it's actually better for our health to overload them. So there should be one more type of creature for us to scan here on Phase. Or more. Right, yeah, there's actually a few. I know what 2 of the 3 are. There's one. Phazon Puffer absorbs Phazon energy from nearby bioforms to power its own attacks. How kind of it. It completely empties our phasometer. Thankfully, despite being in hyper mode, our Nova Beam still can one-shot Metroids. Hello. How did I break the crystals on the right side when I shot the left side? And yet the left side crystals stayed alive? And here we go. Tangleweed becomes agitated upon contact. Retracts into ground if threatened. Growths feed off of Phazon lightning discharges, but will overload if too much energy is received. Okay, how are we doing now, logbook-wise? Still missing one non-boss. What is it? I need to find out. Ah, okay. It's a thing that we haven't reached yet. Oh, so the Phazon Puffer steals all our energy and then gives it back. But a lot more than we gave it. I like how it took this thing so many tries to grab us. Small section of a nest which contains hundreds of juvenile Metroids. Excuse me, get off. And what room are we in? Metroid Cavern. Well, I suppose that makes sense, given what we know of the place. What's that little guy? Ah. Excuse you. I'm fighting a door here. Get off. Oh, it just said it's too strong to be collapsed. I like how hyper missiles just explode them. Here, have some energy. Oh, you know you want some more energy. Hatcher shaft. Does that mean there's going to be another Metroid Hatcher down here? What are you? Species unknown. Mouth interior appears vulnerable. Damage it to loosen its grip. You ever have anyone shoot the inside of your mouth so hard that your eyes explode? Yeah, me neither. Miniroids. Okay, so this is where our last non-boss scam lives. Serpentine Organ serves as a Leviathan womb. Tissue on the sides looks like it could be torn off. Actually, wait, can I scan the little guy inside yet? Nope. There it is, that guy. We need to scan him. There we go. Leviathan Infant. A Leviathan in early development. Phase on within is highly unstable. So why is this puffer a different scan? Oh, it's not a puffer, it's a... Right. Also, looks like we don't need to specifically target the weak points on Metroids. We can just shoot them, and then they go. Oh, did it move to the other side? I guess it moved to the other side, and now we have to move to the other side. Go to the other side again. Looks like it. This Leviathan infant is surprisingly durable. Side again. There we go. And let's just once again check the logbook. Okay, everything but bosses is complete. About research. Complete. And lore complete. So yeah, just bosses. Here's one of them. Dark Samus, phase-on energy-based entity, disrupted by hypermode attacks. Target is composed of pure phase-on energy and is highly unstable. Scans indicate that hypermode attacks are capable of disrupting her, likely a result of hypermode being energized by Samus's body. Dark Samus is capable of generating echoes of herself to aid her in battle. These units will be used as increased firepower and act as distractions while she replenishes her energy. They should be destroyed immediately. She is capable of absorbing energy from phase to replenish her own. And phase one down. And there's an echo. And looks like we have, in fact, found and destroyed the Echo. And once again, we found the Echo first. Oh, but now there's multiple Echoes. Look out, they're T-posing us. That's the real one, which means this is the Echo. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to her until her Echo is gone. Hello. Reason to believe that's the real one. Okay, Echo's gone. Whittle her health down again. So close to finishing this fight. Split up. Okay, Dark Samus down. The first time I played this game, this boss actually gave me some trouble. I don't remember what I found troubling about it, but it gave me trouble. Yes, that completes our scan log. Aurora Unit 313. Hatch on its head protects core. Damage core to sever cables. Aurora 313 has somehow been fused with the bioessence of Dark Samus. While combat shields protect most of the unit, a weak spot has been detected at the cable junction. Damaging the unit's core will expose this point, but the core itself is protected by an armored hatch. Tentacle ports can be damaged to initiate stunning cerebral feedback pulses within the target. While incapacitated, the hatch will be unprotected and able to be pulled open. This unit has been heavily mutated by phazon exposure. It appears to be symbiotically connected to the planet Phase as well. so that's 1/3 of its health gone. Maybe I just didn't know how to manage my Phazon or whatever. Dark Echo, facsimile created by Dark Samus, susceptible to hyper. Give me something to hit. Well, we just need to open this thing up one more time. There, but okay. One Dark Samus. Looks like it despawned. And this should be it, really. Hatch is open, and if we just get this charge in there, it's done. Oh, right, there's another phase. Because of course there's another phase. Severed cable has exposed a weak point that is vulnerable to attack. Well, looks like one more stun and this thing's dead. Oh, all the corruption's gone. Oh, should it not then be incredibly dangerous for Samus to exist on this planet?
We have confirmed unstable energy spikes in multiple locations on the planet. It's a chain reaction. It's accelerating. The planet's going to explode!
Order the fleet to disengage and prepare to retreat. Activate the Leviathan's warp field. Get us out of here.
All their phazon-based stuff isn't doing so well. Man, there lows the Leviathan. There goes the Leviathan.
Damage reports coming in. We've lost 37% of the fleet. Half of the surviving ships are reporting heavy casualties.
Sir, we've confirmed the wormhole has disappeared. All the Leviathans are gone. The crisis is over.
What about Samus?
Negative, sir. No contact.
I see she's changed out of her PED.
Sir, we're receiving a transmission from Samus's ship.
Yep. And here's what we get for having gotten 75% of items. Samus heading back to Elysia, another world that the Chozo did things at, and reminiscing about her ill-fated companions. Though should she really have been helmet off on that planet? There was a lore thing that said that the GF didn't have a permanent presence there because their people could not be on that planet without protective equipment. Which implies that Samus removing her helmet while there probably would get her killed. Wouldn't you think? But hey, whatever. That's Metroid Prime 3, the end of the Metroid Prime Trilogy. The end of the overarching Metroid Prime story. Supposedly, Metroid Prime Federation Force is meant to bridge the gap between this Metroid Prime Trilogy and what's coming next for Metroid Prime. So, yeah, that'll, I guess, set up Metroid Prime 4 somehow? I haven't finished that game, so I don't actually know for sure. It's the only Metroid game I haven't finished, which is interesting to think about, but there's a reason for it, and that reason is that it's not designed to be played solo. Like, it can be, but it's not designed for it. But anyway, yeah, Metroid Prime 3, it's still a good game. It's just not as good as Prime 1 or Prime 2. And a lot of that is owing to how, well, A, they're they decided, hey, let's make this an epic story type thing instead of an adventure. Like, it doesn't feel like...
With the death of the planet Phase, Samus Aran's arduous fight against Phazon has ended. However, in the vast regions of space, this victory is just a twinkle of a star, spreading the light of hope through the darkness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this game, it made a lot of choices that make it not feel like your standard Metroid game. Like, Prime 1 and Prime 2 are all about you're effectively alone on an alien planet and you need to explore your way through it, find all the stuff you need to reach all the places, and stop some big thing from happening. It's, for the most part, one big interconnected planet, and you're exploring through it. And that feels interesting. It feels like an adventure, like you're exploring. That's what I come to the Metroid series for. But then Metroid Prime 3, instead of being like, hey, you go to a planet and you explore around, it's you go to several planets and do several shallower explorations. Like Brio, you go to the temple and then you leave. And then you go to a different part and blow up a thing and then you leave. And then you go to a different part and blow up another thing and then you leave. And then you go to the Leviathan Seed and blow that up and then you leave. Like, it's several smaller segments that aren't as connected. Like, there's no point in which they, say, form a loop with their segments. It's just A to B, then C to D, then E to F, and at one point you can connect B and C. But, like, it's not the same as going A to B to C to D to E. It's different. And a lot of why they did that, and a lot of the choices they made here, was to appeal to a wider audience. But when you're taking a game with a 3 in the title and trying to make it appeal to a wider audience than the first two games, especially when the game with the 3 in the title is not a completely standalone story. I mean, sure, it can stand by itself decently well, but there's no denying that Metroid Prime 3 is the culmination of a trilogy. It was designed to be that. And I guess actually this is the 75% extension of the ending. Yeah. Got it. You got to see the whole Zero suit. This is what you get for 75%. Yeah. A lot of what Prime 3 does in service of trying to appeal to a wider audience cheapens the feel of the game and makes it not as good as other Metroid Prime games. And here's what we get for 100%. That's Silux's ship, the Delano 07. At least I think that's what it was called. Either way, it's confirmed that that ship belongs to Silux from Metroid Prime Hunters. That is the only connection Metroid Prime Hunters has to other Metroid Prime games, other than possibly Federation Force, which again I haven't fully played. And we got 100%, and we got every scan. And whatever, we'll save over our slot. Who cares? I don't. And yeah, there we go. Metroid Prime Trilogy done. There are exactly 2 Metroid games that I have not yet played on my channel. One of them is the original Metroid, and the other is Federation Force. Federation Force, since it has a unique story, will be next on the Metroid docket. But that's going to have to wait a while because I am going to be taking a week break from streaming. As I just got myself a new job and I need to get into the swing of things and get a feel for when I'll be free to stream. And yeah. And then once I am back from my break from streaming, Elden Ring is a thing that I am going to play. So yeah, that's it for the Metroid Prime Trilogy. And I will see you in a week for Elden Ring, friends.